How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm here to give you another Digimon Adventure 2020 episode review and recap. Today's episode is episode 59, Bolt, HERAKLE Kabuterimon. Pretty much a spoiler with the title, but we're going to get into it anyway. Before I do, two things. One, please give me a like, comment, subscribe. I actually really love doing these videos, but hey, let's show YouTube how much you guys enjoy watching these videos. I know a lot of you aren't technically subbed when you watch these. It would actually really help me out. Think about it. What's one more sub in your box? You guys got a lot of probably sub to a lot of things, right? Don't you want to keep up to date with this? I know you do. I know you do. Second thing, apparently last week, episode 58 of Digimon Adventure 2020 is in the top 10 of viewed anime episodes of last week. That's straight out of Japan. You remember last episode was about Hikari and Gatomon, or Hikari and Whamon. You know, going back to that force that sprung from Pedaldramon and defending it from Skullbakiomon. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, Digimon. Apparently, there's also another anime in the works. I believe it's called Digimon Ghost Game. Thought it was a mobile game, but no, it's another anime. Three new protagonists, three new Digimon. One of them is a cute little Triceratops looking Digimon. Yeah, I'm getting a tamer feel from it. But let's get into this episode. I got my notes. I got some stuff written down here. Let's get right into it. So, of course, everybody's looking for the crest. Akari found hers. And now, apparently, the chosen ones are being targeted, obviously, by whoever is the Great Catastrophe or whatever the heck that is. But now we have a familiar looking Digimon that is calling Koshiro Izumi's name over and over again, while Sound Birdmon, I call him Sound Batmon in my notes, but Sound Birdmon is obviously influencing this very familiar Digimon with fans of the series. I will give you his name their name, when it fully reveals themselves. So he's spying on Koshiro, coming up with something in this dark lair. And they're back at the caves, the reflective caves, where they had met up with Mimi, where everybody got separated, and I believe it was Mimi, Taichi, and Koshiro. And Tentomon has a joke about he has bedhead, even though Koshiro's like, your antennas, they look the same. And I don't know where his Agumon's like, yeah, they're standing straight up. Taichi's there, and they're wondering, well, you know, what you doing here, Taichi? He's like, for this, my compass, my Digivice is, again, sending me all over the place. I don't know why. I told you guys why I thought last week, why he's going everywhere, right? In case you don't remember, I believe Taichi's whole entire, his courage crest is basically him having the courage, you know, his friends giving him courage and him believing in them, you know, just to be able to move forward. That's part of what I said. Watch my last review. You'll get the full insight. Anyway, Agumon's happy to meet up with their friends. Honestly, I believe outside of uh, Yamato and Gabumon and Soropiomon, I do fully believe that Taichi and Agumon are super close with Tentomon and Koshiro. Like if we were doing tag team pairs, those two have a strong bond as well, because Koshiro was there from episode 1. So all of a sudden Koshiro hears a being call his name, and his being is Nanomon. Nanomon says that they are the number one expert of knowledge and loves knowledge. And of course, Tentomon says this sounds fishy. But before we talk about how fishy it is, you guys know Nanomon. Yeah, that little guy. Apparently in English his name is Datamon. Now, I cannot explain to you why in the English dubs they decided that calling him Nano or Nanomon, maybe they thought it was too close to Nanimon, but that makes no sense. Children aren't that stupid, FCC and dubbing people. Please do better. Bandai sucks when it comes to dubbing. Have you seen what they did to Dun Devimon's name in the TCG? I'm not even going to get into it, but here's another picture of Nanomon says Nanimon. You notice his eye is yellow here. It's always yellow. But when we meet Nanimon or Nanomon, his eye is red with this glowing hologram. His eye is red and it blinks whenever he talks. I love that detail. Let me go ahead and give you his rundown. Nanomon is an ultimate level machine virus Digimon, and he was used for nanomedicine. It was originally a vaccine Digimon whose purpose was to restore computers after they crashed, but Its neutral pathways were destroyed by an attack by a powerful virus Digimon, causing it to go berserk. It'll reconfigure the data and even computers that are in normal working condition to its liking, of course, making a mess out of everything, causing them to malfunction. Its specialty is to destroy all sorts of data, and as such, no matter how formidable a Digimon, the data forming their body can be destroyed by Nanomon with ease. Its special attack is firing plug bombs from its fingertips. Those little, we actually do get to just zoom in there. Those little red things, we do get to see them in the show later on. He first shows up in the original Digimon Adventure, Digimon Season 1, Episode 19. He was working for Edamon. He's actually the reason why Edamon turned into that weird dark network thing. Um, this Digimon also shows up in Digimon Frontier. Less evil than his first appearance. Shows up in Cross Wars both times. Kind of, sort of, quasi evil in that, not fully evil. Apparently showed up in Digimon Tri. I have not seen Tri yet. I look forward to reviewing Tri after this entire season is over. But yeah, this is an old Digimon. Oldie but goodie. So, as I was saying before, he's saying to Koshiro, hey, I want to have a contest of knowledge with you. And before Koshiro or Taichi can fully protest because they have stuff they have to do, Nanomon, he shows that, hey, by the way, I've captured Whamon. You remember Whamon, right? And Taichi's like, that's the guy that helped you when you were in the network. He's like, yeah. And he has him tied down. Giant spikes with, I guess, his energy bands or something. They never showed him, didn't show him freeing Whamon at the end of this episode, funny enough. But I digress. He's saying that he knows everything about him, everything about Koshiro, and Tentomon is us. He's basically calling him a creep. And suddenly, Gran Kuwagamon appears. Now, you guys know that the Kabuterimons and the Kuwagamons, those line of Digimon, have a rivalry with one another. And this big black beetle, almost call him Beetleborg, big black beetle guy here, this is Gran Kuwagamon. He is a mega level Digimon. I'm going to see if I can get you a better picture because I don't like how that. There we go. Look at him. Yeah, I notice a lot of these insect Digimon find a way. Their mega forms at least find a way of having 6 arms, if not their ultimate forms. But let's read about Gran Kuwagamon. Now I'm gonna give you some information. I didn't even have to look up. This guy, his very first appearance was actually in the video games. He was called an ultimate level Digimon because they didn't have megas at the time. He was actually originally the mega form for Whamon. If you follow the Stingmon, Whamon to Okuwagamon to Gran Kuwagamon path, that's his mega form. He first showed up, and I think he showed up in card games, but he showed up in Digimon Tamers. There was one that showed up to fight the D Reaper, Digimon that got fully Digivolved. Next was Digimon Frontier, then Cross Wars, and of course, here we are. I know his video game debut was Digimon World #2. I think he showed up in Digimon. He showed up in Digimon Card Arena. I know that for sure because I enjoyed using that Digimon. Let's go ahead and read a little bit of his encyclopedia. This is the mega form for the Kuwagamon species. It is especially evil being among insectoid Digimon. If you happen to stumble across Gran Kuwagamon within the digital world, you won't help but to curse yourself. Because it inhabits the depths of the digital world's forests, it's only active at night, and it is called the Deep Forest Demon. It also has a great rival within a Digimon called Blank Kabuterimon. I'll tell you their name later. And the battle between these two continues without ever ending. Which, before I forget, this Digimon didn't get destroyed at the end. It got defeated, but it didn't get destroyed. That was interesting to me. His special move is cutting all the surrounding space with dimensional scissors. I am a special fan of this Digimon since this is one of the first Mega Digimon. Plus, he was this cool black color, black and gray color Digimon. We didn't get a lot of those in the beginning. It was this guy and then Black War Greymon. So yeah. So Nanomon threatens and says, "Hey, You don't help me, Gran Kuwagamon is gonna eat Whamon. And I don't remember what level Whamon is in Adventure. Whamon ranges between champion level and ultimate level. So either way it goes, he's in trouble. They got to pass through this dungeon, answer the riddles correctly, and they have 30 minutes. So they go. Well, the first hint was about following the breath of nature and rising to another platform. Initially, Taichi wanted to follow grass, but no, there was some wind going through. So instead of following the wind where it ends, they followed it where it began, and they jumped over a crevice that had a geyser. Well, that was incorrect. They were supposed to take the geyser going up as well. There's double meanings within these riddles, and Taichi is digitally transported into a tube. For each thing that Koshiro gets wrong, he's gonna have a friend taken away. And at the end of this, if he doesn't get his friends back, he's gonna turn them into another Nanomon. Taichi's keeping cool. He's saying, you know what, I believe in you, Koshiro, which why shouldn't he? Koshiro helped him in the very beginning with the Argomon issue. He's almost single handedly responsible for the whole defusing of the bomb that was over Tokyo. Koshiro is arguably, if I put him in other anime terms, I guess you can call him the Sanji of this group. He is the Sanji of this group, with Yamato, of course, being Zoro, and who else would Taichi be? Honestly. Anyway, they're moving. He has to move forward. 10 minutes has already passed. He has 20 minutes left, and now they're at this next point where now they have to dance on a lightless bridge or something, and something about 3 o'clock. I did not feel like writing the whole thing down because that's kind of boring to recant. But it was about dancing, dancing, and then being at dusk at 3 o'clock. So 5 different bridges. One of the bridges was on fire, and Coach was like, "Well, man, it looks like the fire's dancing." Tentomon is all in. He said, "Look, whatever you choose, I'm going." So he's gonna hop to it. He holds hands with Agumon and Tentomon, which was adorable. They go on. The rest of the bridges disappear because they were just illusions. Now they have to figure out how to get there because there's a dead end. Koshiro is this highlights how especially intelligent Koshiro is because he said, "Wait a minute." It says waltzing across the bridge. Waltzes are done at 3-4 time because they almost fell because he was looking at the clock. This is 12 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock. Turns to the side and hops on one foot 3 times and opens the thing up. That's some Sherlock level stuff. So he has 15 minutes left. Now he needs to break. Next one I wrote down because it was pretty interesting. It says break the needless darkness of oneself and head to the past. Now they're back around all these crystals. So he's thinking, And when Nanomon gets in his head and says, "Hey, you don't have too much time to think," he sees one crystal that's dark, and he's like, "Well, it's dark. Guys, break that crystal." Once they break the crystal, it's obviously incorrect. It breaks, and the whole ground beneath them breaks, and they fall down. Agumon is taken away. Koshiro is trying to dig out Tentomon, and Nanomon's like, "Hey, forget those who don't have knowledge. Don't want me to tell you what you're missing?" And he's like, "No, I'm not gonna leave him behind." So you remember those little finger bomb guys? After Agumon appears in the tube next to Taichi, Nanomon fires his attack. They go up, which was, now that I think about it, was a hint. But those bombs go up, and they're by Koshiro, and they're going to hit him. But Tentomon swoops in out of nowhere, grabs him. They're trying to dodge the bombs. He's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm late. I legitimately passed out after we fell from that great height," which is understandable. Koshiro's blaming himself. He has a little bit of an outburst, but Tentomon, being possibly, if not the greatest partner in the show, like second or third, like if he doesn't beat Agumon and Gabumon, he's at least right behind him because his bond with Koshiro is amazing. Just the fact that he's saying, "Look, you're smart. You can get through this. We're gonna get through this. Do not be hard on yourself. Let's just figure out what we're missing." Meanwhile, they find another pool of water, and he's mentioned his bed head. He's like, "Wait a minute, you can get reflection out of a pool of water. We're gonna have to jump in here." So his device glows. Tentomon turns into Kabuterimon as they jump into the pool. Um, And one of the cool parts about this is I believe he has 10 minutes, close to 10 minutes left, and Koshiro is freaking out, and Tentomon's like, look, relax, go through it, think hard, and he's saying, well, we don't have time. He said, look, I will fly us as fast as we can. You do your part, I do my part. And then they jumped in the pool. Well, now they're out on the other side, and Whamon is in front of them. Now, okay, now we're gonna have to let's try to get Whamon free. Here comes Gran Kuwagamon out of nowhere. We get an even bigger glow from that Digivice, and of course, we get Alter Kabuterimon, the red one, also known as Mega Kabuterimon. Yep, Mega Kabuterimon in English. They're going at it in the sky, and unfortunately, Gran Kuwagamon is stronger. What did we expect? That Alter Kabuterimon is doing his thing, but they're battling, and Koshiro's trying to figure. He says, each of these riddles have two parts to them. I'm trying to understand it, but they're smacked down to the ground, and Koshiro sees his reflection in Waymon's nice little smooth head. He goes, "Okay, I have a theory. I think I think I understand what's going on." And before Gran Kuwagamon can get to him, Alter Kabuterimon. It's so interesting to see. Like Alter Kabuterimon is a pretty, it's a giant ultimate Digimon. Gran Kuwagamon like towering over him. That's actually pretty interesting to see. But he's still holding him back. He's like, look, I'm all in with you. Let's whatever you figure out, I believe in you. And then to Koshiro, going back thinking, Tentomon has had my back. He's believed in me this whole way, no matter what's happened, even if I got something wrong. Tentomon's like, look, you're the knowledge, I'm the muscle. Put us together, we're unstoppable. Of course, we get that nice little tune that diggy 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 that gets the symbol of knowledge on his digivice. It's glowing like a supernova. We get our mega evolution. We go from Alter Kabuterimon to Hercule Kabuterimon, or in English known as Hercules Kabuterimon. And his evolution kind of looks like a how can I compare it? Kind of like Iron Man putting on armor, because all four of his arms get the pads, and he just jumps into the legs. Then his body just changes. It may have been quick, but I actually enjoyed it. I wish they were able to stretch out some of these mega evolutions, but if they do a movie, they're going to stretch them out. So let me go down here. So now we have a Beetle versus Beetle match, and of course I told you I was going to read. First I need to show you this guy, then I need to read. This is Hercule or Hercules Kabuterimon, and I'm gonna. Sorry about that. Let's see. Get you another picture here. Look at that. Look at that boy. Look at him. So, give you a little information. This was the ultimate rival of Gran Kuwagamon, the one that they fight endlessly. So, again, the encyclopedia is being used in Digimon Adventure 2020. It is a mega level insect Digimon that evolved with the data of both Kabuterimon and Kuwagamon species. Its gigantic horn scissors, which just gonna zoom this in and zoom this out. If you see that, notice the horn in the middle and the scissor part. It's giant horn scissors, and it can be said that this form perfectly compensates for the weakness of both species of Digimon. Its body shines gold and has regained the strength and flying ability of Alter Kabuterimon that had lost it, going from Kabuteri to Alter. He has a jetpack. He can fly around pretty fast, but he's not as movable as mobile. There we go. It rushes about the digital world at a supersonic speed, having now accomplished the ultimate evolution, or sorry, mega evolution. There are probably few beings that can rival Hercule Kabuterimon's speed. Its special move is an enhanced version of the Mega Blaster. Remember that from the regular Kabuterimon? Mega Blaster? Well, this is Giga Blaster. There isn't anyone who isn't annihilated by this technique. The first anime appearance of Hercule Kabuterimon is Digimon Tri, but he first appeared in Digimon World along with Whamon as two mega level Digimon that were ultimates because they're based on the Digivices. They didn't have mega forms back then. But, soon after the Digimon World 2, they had megas. Even in the Digimon Battle Card game, they had some megas, but not all megas. This was one of my first Mega Digimon that I knew for sure because this is the Japanese version of it, but I had this Digimon card when we had the Coliseum trade game over here in the States. I had this card. Oh wait, there you go. I one of my favorite Digimon, honestly. Yeah, I say that a lot about a lot of them, but this one I actually mean it, along with the Tyrannomons and various Greymons and various Angel Digimon, actually Angel and Demon Digimon. But this guy, one of my first cards, love him to death. So with this Beetle on Beetle battle that's going on, they seem pretty evenly matched, and Hercule Kabuterimon says, "Oh, okay, I think I know what you're thinking." So we cut back to Nanomon going, "Man, what the heck is, looking at the battle, kind of pleased with what's going on." Then suddenly we see Whamon on fire. And he's like, "Wait, what's going on?" And before that, his entire feed cuts off, and we have a little Tentomon thing saying service will resume. And then he sees Waymon still on fire. Waymon is still on fire, and he's wondering what is going on. And the circuits in his head have dark electricity running through it. You saw the dome that makes up Nanomon's head, and he panics. He's going crap. Flies up. It turns out the whole entire time, and you can figure it out. We were able to figure out here once we saw the flashback of Koshiro being inside Waymon with digital cubes and seeing the cubes where Nanomon was. He's been inside Waymon the entire time. So once he gets out, he's like, wait, he's not on fire because he thought that Koshiro attacked one of his friends. Like, heck no, I didn't attack one of my friends. What I did, he did the YouTube thing. He superimposed the flames that that they recorded earlier, put it over the picture of Waymon, and tricked them into thinking that they were on fire. Now Nanomon is just that electricity is just going berserk, and Gran Kuwagamon flies down, picks him up, and they're trying to fly away. Now, this whole entire time, the moment that Alter Kabuterimon turned to Hercule Kabuterimon, he digivolved. I mean, I did see digivolve, but Break the Chain is playing the entire time. I think we almost got the entire song. I think the song's like 3 minutes, so they ran that song through, which is great. Um, so Coach Rose says, "Hey, let's go get him." Kabuterimon lets out this amazing roar, and then we hear his voice roar, and he goes up. They take to the sky. He's flying, and the translations say "Let's go," but he's saying he sots. He sots is basically says ultimate move. Especially if you remember the dialect that Tentomon and his forms use. They use kind of like a country drawl. Calls him Koshiro Han instead of San. So he says Hisatsu and gives him the Giga Blaster, which comes from those horns, fires and hits them, and they're falling. Not destroyed, but they're falling. They swoop down. They're able to catch Nanomon within the massively huge hands of Hercule Kabuterimon. Gotta remember, Mega Digimon are significantly larger than they normally are through the other series. And, Koshiro's patting him on the head, say, hey, knowledge is a great thing, but it's never a good thing to use it to hurt people. Alright? So, there you go. Once they land, before they land, he kind of does a short circuit thing, and his red eye turns to yellow. So they land on the ground. Taichi gets out. Once Taichi gets out through Waymon's blowhole of all things, looks to the left, sees the soundbird mon flying off, and he's like, all right. Once everyone's on the ground and everybody's safe, Nanomon hugs Koshiro, hugs him with his little long Inspector Gadget arms and says, hey, you're Koshiro Zumi. I heard about you from Gerbermon. It's like, you know Gerbermon? Yeah, me and Gerbermon are friends, but what am I doing here? Taichi relays him. Saw Soundbirdmon. More than likely, they were controlling him. Why? We don't know, but they were controlling him. And of course, Nanomon wants to play a game with him. He's like, I kind of done with games for the moment. This is a completely different version of that Digimon that we've seen throughout the series. First instance, we see him evil. Second instance, curious troublemaker ish kind of guy that's like, I'll sell you your Digivice back, but you know, it's only to the person who gets me this one thing, and you got to be truthful about it. This is a full blown good Digimon just turned evil, and yeah, after before we were done, everything said and done, we get the little digital ding on Koshiro's Digivice. We see the crest. Time's like, hey, you got your crest, good stuff, and there we go. Episode's over. This encyclopedia episode was based on HERAKLE KABUTERIMON. Of course, Tentomon did his own, saying, my wings are much thinner than Alter Kabuterimon, but, I'm working twice as hard, and I promise I will not drop you, Koshiro Han. Next episode, we get Whamon. And it looks like, to me, I didn't see Taichi there, so it looks like Joe's on his own trying to figure out this rival to Whamon. I'm looking very much forward to this because maybe this will be one of those few episodes where people won't complain about. Maybe. I will give this episode, truthfully, honestly, even though I enjoy the Kabuterimon line, I do like that I just realized that HERAKLE Kabuterimon's first arms are like Kabuterimon and the second arms are like Kuwagamon's. I enjoy the use of the encyclopedia. I enjoy the rivalry fights. I enjoy the callbacks. I enjoy the fact that we're getting more character development with Koshiro and with Tentomon. I'm enjoying all that. I still gotta give it a 4 out of 5. It wasn't like super world breaking, but it's interesting to see. Hey, even Taichi says Soundbirdmon were the mains of Devimon, but now they're here. So they're piecing together that Devimon was probably working for somebody even bigger, more than likely a pawn. And actually, what was it? Devimon's actually the dark side of Angemon. So we're gonna find out who brought out that dark side and tortured him into it sooner or later. We did not get to see Ophanimon. We got to see the same silhouette, the same thing that happened with Alter Kabuterimon long time when they diffused those missiles. We got to see that. I'm going to assume that the Holy Digimon won't do their Mega Forms until they are face to face with whatever terrible evil we're going to see. But yeah, 4 out of 5 for me. What did you guys think of the episode? I'm pleasantly happy with it. Was not bogged down with Taichi. Taichi did not save the day. Taichi was just there with his friend saying, "Hey, help me out here, buddy. I'm the This is actually Taichi's been like the damsel in distress, been the sideline guy for a lot of people's episodes. He's just there, but he's not saving anybody. I appreciate it. As always, thank you for showing up. Please give me a like, a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, get notified of more videos like this. Do these every Sunday. Please remember to share the video so other people can see what a great time we're having discussing Digimon. I know I ran a little bit long this time, but I Koshiro is one of my favorites. I really enjoyed this. So, as always, be good, be blessed, wash your hands, wear a mask, please. It's getting bad out there. Black Lives Matter. Be good to yourself and be good to others. Please don't be a jerk, and I will definitely see you next time.